Right, right, right. They're just everywhere, and they can be so positive. You know, I mean, I see hands reaching as joyful. I know it can also be pushing people away, but to me, I see more joyful expression of hands.
Jan, another motive that you use in a lot of your work is drawing through the paint with a
Right.
a squiggling
Right.
curly motion.
Right. I love the history of writing. I love scripts. I look at scripts, ancient scripts from all over the world. And I had this one book that said, and I love this because it felt directed at people like me. It said, the artist reading this book would be interested that the shape of the writing depends on the tool used. And I just liked it that somebody bothered to sort of say, you artists are going to be interested in more than the knowledge here. You're going to want to know how. And I do. This piece here is called Rosetta Drum. And if you look at it, it's got a lot of different marks. And I have a wonderful picture of the Rosetta Stone that with the Greek and the ancient Egyptian that was able to finally get the translation. I forget the name of the man, but I think it was the late 19th century. So that's what that is. I love the energy of the line.
Jen, talk a little bit about your evolution with the use of color.
The evolution of the color really grew out of the collecting all the little bits and pieces, in part. I experimented with little bits and pieces, but I've studied color from all over the world. And one story that I love is that I once read that Paul Gauguin said, if you want to learn color, look at Oriental carpets. And I do, and Paul Gauguin was actually from a Peruvian family, I think originally, or else lived in Peru at some point. But I believe there were carpet merchants in his family. But I was really young when I read that, and I was
How
looking.
about design?
Design.
Color and design.
Color and design, exactly. And also, one of my favorite stories, there's an artist named Barnett Newman, who was an abstract painter. And there's a wonderful story of a man from Pennsylvania who was actually the person who kind of put Amish quilts on the wall. He was buying antiques in Pennsylvania, and there was a chest, and the person who sold him the antiques said, oh, we'll wrap it in that. And he said, well, what is that? And he said, well, it's just a quilt. And he said, well, let me see that quilt. And it was an Amish quilt, and he started collecting them. And he and his wife were friends of Barnett Newman in New York. And when Barnett Newman saw these Amish quilts, he said, oh my God, these people are doing what we've been theorizing about. And I love that story. So that at some point in my life, I found the Textile Museum, and that was very significant because it was abstraction linked to life, to real life. You saw these bibs of Chinese mothers who had embroidered these gorgeous symbols to protect their baby's health. You know, it was like the link between abstraction, content, beauty, and survival. And at the Textile Museum, I just thought, you know, here's abstraction linked to life, and I've had some insight into how wonderful vitality is and how wonderful good